What's up, guys? Trinity here, and today's video is going to be about the time I met Misty Copeland. Okay, so I'm going to have a couple of these videos because honestly, when I think back, I cannot believe that I've been able to have some of the wildest experiences that I've been able to have. So, this is the story about your girl, my girl, Misty Copeland. So, first of all, it is very important to note that there are going to be a few tidbits and gems you guys can take from this video. First of all, let's start with the only reason I was in New York City for the first time, might I add, is because I was auditioning for the Ailey Fordham BFA dance program. When I was going to audition, it was because my mom, one day I told her, hey, I want to audition for the summer intensive of Ailey, and I was early in college at this time, and my mom, who knows absolutely nothing about the dance profession, was like, hey, instead of auditioning for the summer intensive thing you're talking about, why not go for the whole thing? And y'all, I just listened to my mama, just blindly just listened to her. But that goes to show you that when God has a plan for your life, literally, he will use anything. Romans 8:8 tells us that all things, for we know that all things work together for the good of them who love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. So your girl was in New York City for the first time. I believe I was a junior. And I was a sophomore in college, and I was like, okay, I'm going to audition for Ailey Fordham BFA program. Boom, I'm moving to New York. Bye, everybody else. Get there, the audition went well. I even spoke with the directors, and they seemed to have a lovely temperament toward me. Even when I went to go do my solo, one of the directors specifically was like, all right, we'll see you soon. And I was like, okay, boom, bet. Yes, I'm getting into Ailey Fordham, period. So of course, when I knew that I was going to go to NYC, I'm like, oh, I want to do all the dance lovers' dreams. Like, I want to go to this place, that place. I want to see this, that. I end up getting tickets for ABT Classics. And honestly, I still have that ticket stub to this day. Never going to throw it away. Never, ever, ever. And so I get there. This is when Ismael Reyes was still on stage. And of course, Misty Copeland was not even principal yet. And so I remember seeing Misty in ABT Classics. We're sitting at the top. I'm with my brother. It was just my brother and I who had traveled together. And I remember just being so mesmerized by the entire American Ballet Theater Company. And my brother looks over and he's like, this what you want to do for the rest of your life? And I felt stupid, okay? But that did not blow my high. It is now intermission at the Met, and it is just super duper beautiful. This is when they had the selfie sticks, y'all. So my brother and I are in front of the Met. I have my selfie stick out, and my uncle calls us to, just check in on us and everything like that. And my brother says he wants to go. Now, I didn't necessarily want to go because I'm just like, we're here for this. Like, I want to experience all the things. But I was just like, okay, let's go, Trent. I don't want to put him in too much of a tizzy. I don't want him to be that bored. We're in front of the Met, and we're in front of the Met about maybe like 20 minutes because intermission had come and gone. Then we take the exact same route we took getting to the theater back to or toward our hotel. So all before I even got to this trip, even before I knew I was auditioning for Ailey Fordham, I said to myself, man, one day I just want to run smack dab into Misty Copeland. Like, I just want to run right into her, just like run right into her, right? We're going back to our hotel. I'm walking, and at some point, once I get to the main road, we get out of the city center complex, get to the main street, and someone walked past me to my left, and they look super duper familiar. And I'm just like, without hesitating, I stop right in my tracks. I mean, I just pause on the New York City street. And when I pause, this woman who I now know to be Misty Copeland reverses and comes to talk to me. First of all, now that I'm thinking back, it was so selfless, so beautiful, so attentive of Misty to literally backtrack. She had just gotten off stage. Like, she literally had just come from the stage door and she was getting ready to go about her business. So she backtracked for me, and I can remember just being like, you're Misty Copeland. And she's like, yeah. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. My brother is recording the entire thing. He's walking around us while it's happening. And, at this point, I don't remember what I said to her, what she said to me. But then her now husband, Olu, was also around. And we walked back toward him, and he asked me, he's like, do you want to get a photo? I said, yes, please. And he said, all right, but you're going to have to breathe. In my head, I'm like, breathe? This is Misty Copeland. Remind y'all, this is pre-Principal Misty, okay? And I already told y'all, if y'all been on this channel, like, I love dance history. So I just could not imagine that my sophomore college dance major self was experiencing this, right? So anyway, we get to take some photos, and I look at Misty and I tell her, thank you so much for everything that you've been doing. Keep going, keep pushing. You are such an inspiration. XYZ, we embrace each other and whatnot. And I just can't believe that that moment happened for me. When I talk about being able to experience diverse successes within your professional dance career, that's just one example of what I mean. Some people may say, oh, well, how can we guarantee, or how can you guarantee something like that can happen? The reason why I can guarantee something like that can happen is because everything that I give you guys, I have learned from legends, but also there's this thing called impartation. And so what happens is that when you learn from people who God has endowed with great gifts, something beautiful and amazing happen, and it causes an impartation or a thrust for you as well. Nobody could tell me anything still to this day about that experience, because what I do know is I did not meet Misty Copeland at a book signing, neither did I meet her at some large event with a whole bunch of people trying to push my way through, hoping that I get a picture, right? God literally set it up so much so that I walked past her, noticed her, stopped in my tracks, and he had her to backtrack. Now, I could have gotten in that situation and just kind of been like, oh, I don't know what to say, or I don't know what to do. Nope. We have confidence over here. We understand what we are called to do over here. And so I seized the moment and I seized the opportunity. And, of course, after that time, Misty was then named Principal Dancer in 2015. And we love that for her. And just to give you guys a beautiful full circle moment, if you don't know, I have a blog called The Artist Impression. You can read more about it, and you can see my website in the description here or at the top of my page. But sometime at the beginning of 2024, I hosted a viewing for Misty Copeland's dance film featuring the legendary Christina Johnson, Flower. So yes, that's what I did, and I got to work with the Flower Film Company, and it was a really great experience. Worked with them, and I also was very interactive with the viewers who logged on, and we just had such a great time. And after that, via my platform, The Artist Impression, I wrote a review, and the review did really well. It got recognized by Leia Fayez, who was an executive producer on the Flower film, and then it also got recognized by the production company and Life in Motion Productions, which is Layla and Misty's production company. And so obviously I have dreams and hopes of meeting Misty again in a greater capacity and working with her, dancing with her, working on a production with her. And there was also something else that happened to me concerning Misty, which I won't talk about that because I don't know, that project can still be in play, but I just cannot wait to see what other things God brings about for me if he can make something like that happen. And also, spoiler alert, let me tell y'all how me going to that audition had nothing to do with Ailey Fordham and had everything to do with me running into and conversing with Misty Copeland. So basically, these people at Fordham took all day to get back with me, y'all. No tea, no shade to Fordham, I don't care. They took all day to get back with me, y'all. And I just thought it was weird, strange. Like, we're trying to go to college. Like, I think y'all are very professional. Like, what's happening? So I finally called them and they told me, oh, Ailey said that they need somebody with technique. Baby, let me tell y'all how I cried. But sooner or later, I realized, baby, it wasn't for you to go to Fordham. It wasn't even for that. You went to that whole trip, through that whole audition, just for you to meet Misty Copeland, and was it worth it? Yes, it was. Dancers, keep your eyes on the prize and know that difficulties do not equate to impossibilities. And until next time, like, comment, subscribe, share, and happy dancing.